Thank you. We would like to be able to understand and be guided through the range of emotions people will feel when they experience the broadcast.
It will be different for everybody. It will be different for everybody. It depends on your level of consciousness. It depends on what your soul contract is, if that makes sense. Some people have contracted to not get themselves to a level where they are able to handle the information and look at the bigger picture. Some people have chosen to be the way showers and get themselves to a point, a level of consciousness where they are able to handle the information in an easier way with the higher perspective. And then there are some people who have chosen to be a little mixture of both, where they can see things from the higher perspective, but they will let the emotions get the better of them. And it's all tying into releasing and evolving people. The emotions will range from sadness to anger to frustration to feelings of being deceived, feelings of deceit. It will trigger many stagnant emotions to come to the surface. The emotions that people will feel will be triggered by what inner torment they have. So particular parts of the information will trigger different people in different ways. But this is a way to heal. This is a way to let go of what needs to be looked at. And it is all part of their contracts and part of the plan. And when these emotions are released and these emotions are allowed to surface, the vessel will remain lighter and the vibration will be higher. It will also be a point of exit from the planet for many people as well. And this is another aspect of what will happen.
And tell me more about that. What is the purpose of people exiting at this point?
People have chosen at this point to clear the planet of some of the denser energy, to get the vibration to raise. People will be triggered, and this will result in some violence. This will result in accidents happening. It will result in suicides, and it will result in executions. So this again has been decided. This has been this technique or this situation will be used to cleanse the planet of some of the lower vibrations. It will also, in more personal areas for people, be part of their lesson. It will be an opportunity to it would be an opportunity to use suicide, violent killings, and violence as their sort of final lesson, what they chose to experience.
I see. Thank you. And will they end their lives and reincarnate somewhere else potentially, or do you get a sense that this is where they're going to ascend?
It depends on the particular person. Some will use this to ascend and regroup and move to the new earth. Some people will use this opportunity to go back to their home civilizations. And some people will use this opportunity to learn some people will be using this opportunity to repay karma from previous lives as well. So for instance, I killed you in one life, now I want you to kill me so I can feel what it's like.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. I understand. And when you were talking about the executions, was this referring to the crimes against humanity or something else?
Yes, that's what I was referring to, but there will be other executions as well, murders, both accidentally and purposefully.
I see. Okay, thank you. And in terms of the stages of emotions you want us to be able to keep ourselves balanced with and be able to see the bigger picture, can you remind us of how you would like us to approach that?
It is not a question of what we would like you to do. It is a question of what needs to be done and what needs to be experienced. The advice that is given is to make things easier, to keep your vibration as high as possible. Things like walking outside, being with nature, connected to source, eating good foods, drinking plenty of water, all of these things will help the experience of the emotions be lighter. But we have all chosen to experience emotions in a certain way when this happens. As we keep saying, this is all written, and we are not going to say to you, we would like you to experience an emotion in a certain way, or we would not like you to handle it in a certain way. This is all something that has been discussed, chosen, and written. So we do not expect, if you are experiencing a lower vibrational emotion, we'll say, we are not judging or expecting you to act in a different way. You have to come to your own conclusions in your own ways and to grieve and mourn in your own ways. And you must honor your emotions. You must feel your emotions in order for you to release them.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. And in terms of the Great Reset, what would you like us to understand about that, please?
The Great Reset is a plan to reset the economy, to reset our lives, to reset the way that things are practiced and done. On the surface, the Great Reset looks like something that is very beneficial to the people, to the earth. It is all about basic income. It's all about clean air, electric cars, the reduction of meat, the reduction of greenhouse gases, but it is a way to mobilize the people into a place of control and into a place whereby they have very little freedoms. With the Great Reset, new technologies is planning to be introduced, which will keep tabs on people's spending, people's actions, people's movements, and eventually people's thoughts. And these technologies will be used to repress the freedom of the people, to repress free speech, to repress free movement, and to further enlarge the pockets of the elite and those in control. And the coronavirus has been one of the ways in which they are disabling the people's free right to move and to speak and to be free. And we are getting used to the idea of wearing masks. We are getting used to the idea of being at home. We are getting used to the idea of being in complete control. And with that fear, we are being coaxed into finding more we are being coaxed into finding more need to rely on the elite, on the global leaders. It is almost like Stockholm Syndrome, where you essentially fall in love with the captor.
Thank you. And when is, I mean, obviously you said it's taking place, but how are we to move forward from that?
It is not going to take place. It is in the works to take place. It is something that is being looked at for the future, but it will not take place.
And so will it? So it will not take place on the old Earth?
It will. They will try for it to take place, but the old Earth will not be able to sustain technologies. And as the old Earth is moving into its final days, the priorities will change, and the ability for governments and the world leaders to remain on their trajectory will no longer be a possibility.
Okay, thank you. That's good to know. And in terms of, can we ask about the med beds, please? Can you kind of give us information about how they work, and are they able to heal everything?
The med beds are a technology that can affect your DNA and your body with light. Light is the ultimate healer. It is why when our messages come through to you all, it is all about standing in the light, standing in your power, connecting with source, using source to heal yourself, connecting with the light of source. This is essentially what the med beds are doing. They are a source of light, of energy that can alter your DNA, and that can heal your ailments and heal your mind even. They can rejuvenate your body, they can rejuvenate your organs, they can rejuvenate your skin. It is essentially anything that is not of the light will not be able to survive the light, and everything that is from the light and is of source will be rejuvenated. It is a technology that is hard to explain because you've never seen it before.
It sounds fantastic, though. Thank you so much. And when do you get a sense that that can be used for public usages?
It is in the works and it will be rolled out soon. The healings are fairly instant. They are not something that you have to do over a long period of time for one person. So we expect that the med beds will be out within the next few months, early or rather than later.
Okay. In the next few months, did you say?
Yeah, within the next few months.
Okay.
But earlier rather than later, they will not be coming out. They cannot come out too late because of the necessity of them to use in raising the vibration of the humanity of Earth.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. And in terms of the time for the great shift, is that changed at all, or what can you tell me about that?
The shift has not changed. The shift must take place when it is due to take place on December 21st. We have said before that there are certain things that may alter the timeline, but it is unlikely and will not be by very much. It's just about being patient and being aware that much needs to take place in order for this to happen, and it is very complicated, and it is not just a question of doing, because there are forces that are trying to adjust the timelines. And that is not just dark forces, this is also just the will of the people and the minds of the people having certain things interfere with certain procedures that need to take place, not on a very big scale, but it is just altering certain times of the day and certain speeches and certain thoughts and certain doings. It is all written to be this way. It is very hard to explain. It is all written to be this way. Yet things can seem to alter timelines, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And can I ask about the QAnon movement, please?
Yeah.
There is a Q map, and on the Q map it does have QHHT. Are you able to explain to me, please, why that is so?
The QAnons know that QHHT is a direct source of information, and the QAnons do use this technique to gain information. The people in charge of Q are beings of the light who are able to tap into the eternal knowing and the greater consciousness to be able to map out certain timelines, certain events that will be happening. The Q map is accurate. The Q map does have some possible timeline changes. So while some things will have to happen on the Q map. Some things may not happen as they have expected. This is how the QHHT is a part of the Q movement. It is used as a method to gain knowledge and to gain awareness.
Thank you, I understand. And can you explain to me what 3 days of darkness means?
The 3 days of darkness is a period of time in which the trust and knowing of the people is disillusioned. It is a period where people will feel at their darkest, they will feel at their lowest, they will feel at their most helpless. It is an energetic thing more than anything. It is not related to power outages. It is not related to physical darkness. It is a metaphorical darkness.
Thank you. And does that coincide with the broadcast?
It does coincide with the broadcast, but it is not what you think with regards to the broadcast. It is something that takes place after the broadcast.
I see. Okay. Thank you very much. I understand. And in terms of elections around the world coming up, how much is, say, the broadcast, for example, how much is that going to affect elections?
The book are aware of what is happening before the election takes place, so that the process of shifting and moving forward to the new earth and of a higher level of consciousness is important. So we will need to disclose information through a broadcast before the elections, so that the people in the elections can be shown for who they truly are, both positive and negative. And this will change the need for an election as it is. It will change the process of how a person is going to be elected, and it will be more for the people and less for the domination and control of people.
Okay, thank you. You did cut out a little bit at the beginning, so just so I can clarify, the broadcasts are going to occur before the elections, is that correct?
The broadcasts are going to occur before the elections. The broadcasts are important for the outcome of the election. The election will not take place as it is planned to. The people involved in the election both need to be seen for who they truly are, and both good and bad, and the broadcast will change the outcome of the way that people are elected, and it will change the minds of the people so that the outcome of the election is for the people and not for the domination of people.
Thank you so much. And were you just referring to the election in America, or because New Zealand's about to have an election as well?
The election in America is the only really important election. It is the one that needs to be looked at the closest, and the one that will have the highest on the world. All of the other elections are really just for their own country, and it is all coming from America anyway, so it never really matters who is elected in other countries. It's all the same people.
Thank you. And so will my country vote before the broadcast is happening?
We assure you the same mindset of the original person, and it is not like the person running your country will suddenly have no ability or power to run. You are aware that all clones left on the planet are from the light. They're good clones used to step in and merely be a presence while all this is going on. So do not fear about your election.
Okay, thank you. And once again, when I asked that question, you cited there was a distortion in the energy of hearing your response. And so is it, what I did hear, can I understand that the election for New Zealand will take place because the broadcast will happen after that?
Yes.
Okay.
The broadcast will happen after the election. Do you need me to go in more on that?
That's fine. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much. And can you tell me about the energy at the moment? A lot of relationships seem to be tested because of belief systems. Is there a purpose for this?
The purpose of you being in your certain relationships with the certain people that you are in relationships with is to learn and grow and test together. It is also to awaken the people that you are with, to be there for them as they awaken. Everybody who sees the broadcast will in some way awaken, or at least be more open to the information and what you have been talking about as awakened beings will suddenly start to make sense. So that is the reason why so many of you are in homes and families with people who have chosen not to awaken, because you are there together to teach each other. On the one sense, it is important for the people who have awakened to understand what it's like to be met with resistance and to stand in your light and your power with no apologies. On the other hand, it is important for the people who wish to awaken after the broadcast, after the over the next 3 months, to be with somebody who is awake. They have also learned, both people in the relationship have also learned how to handle people who are resistant to their beliefs, and to be able to work and live in harmony together whilst having different beliefs. It's all lessons. It's all lessons.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciated hearing that, because a lot of people are just struggling right now.
It is.
Sorry.
It is hard. It is hard for the people. The lessons are hard, but they must be learned, well written and chosen.
Yes, yeah, and it's very on purpose, obviously, because while we have this last time left on the third dimension and mastering all these lower emotions, it's exactly what we need, right?
Absolutely. It is not, it is, from the higher perspective, it is not something that is a negative thing when we make our soul contracts. It's very lighthearted. It is simply like, oh, today, this time I'm going to go down and I'm going to kill you. And this time we're going to be in a relationship and you're going to beat me up and I'm going to be a victim. And in the next life, I will beat you up and you'll be the victim. In this life, you're going to treat me very badly and I'm going to be the victim, and we will swap around next life. It's very, very simple like that. From the high perspective, all souls want to experience every single experience and emotion, and both good and bad, or how you would perceive to be good and bad. It's just very, very difficult while you are learning the lessons, and we understand this.
Yeah. No, I'm all good. But I just feel sorry for the people who are struggling with the relationships, because they know there's so much pressure happening towards the end of the year now. It just feels like it's just so much. It's everything happening all at the same time.
Yes, but these are feelings and emotions and issues that are appearing for you to look at, to release. This is why you're feeling a certain lack of trust and a lack of certainty, and also a lack of faith in the process, and it's totally normal.
Thank you. And so that leads me to a question. I'm not going to say the person's name, but we were guided to watch a video, another YouTuber, because we were told that this person was also sharing information about the broadcast. In that video, they were connected to Galactic, I assume, and they were saying that they couldn't understand our lower emotions, and they couldn't understand how we couldn't trust the information. Do you have any information that we need to know about that channel and that information?
First of all, we know everything. We know exactly what you are going through. We understand what you're going through. We are not in any way upset or in disbelief of your reactions, your emotions. We know what the contracts are when you go onto this planet. How for 1 second could we not understand what you are going through, or be shocked in any way about what you are doing? This is just ego-based information. She can channel, she is receiving information. She is not trusting the information, and that is why she is vague with what is being put out. Again, she is a stepping stone. She has brought lots of people to your page. She has seen your page. She is fearful of putting all of the information out there at risk of being judged or getting information wrong. She's more concerned about her followers than she is about putting out raw information. And this is why you see her narrating and scripting the information to be put out. This is not how we wish the information to be received by the people, and it is not a way in which we give information, but we understand that this is a stepping stone for people who need the reassurance of their energies in the videos. But yes, do not think for 1 second that we are disappointed or that we are shocked by any of your emotions, reactions, or activities.
Thank you very much. And in terms of other QHHT practitioners and other quantum healers who read out as a narrative the information from the sessions, is there something that you feel is appropriate?
It is appropriate for the people who will see them, but eventually people get hungrier for more valid information and they start to raise their vibration, and suddenly the information no longer resonates with them because it is not truth from the mouths of us. It is an egoic depiction of a session. We would prefer and honor all information that is coming directly from us. And we wish not to have the information to be controlled, modified, or dictated in any way with the ego of the person.
Thank you very much.